at least we'll get into it. So, aloha, Tiffany, and welcome to our first live event. Aloha, Ohana. Oh my goodness. It's so good to have you guys here. This is a big moment. So, no edits, no filter, just real presence, real conversation, and this beautiful community showing up together in real time. So, I'm really grateful that you're here. Whether you've been with me from the beginning or just found your way here today. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I also want to give a special aloha to Tiffany. Thank you for being here and doing this live with me. I'm really excited to share this space together and have this conversation with you in real time. And this live isn't about perfection, obviously. It's about connection. It's about slowing down and getting grounded and being in the same space at the same time, at the same moment. And I think that's really powerful. So get comfortable, take a breath, and say hi in the chat, and let's do this together.
Yeah. Hi. So, you may be seeing on your screen what I'm broadcasting because we wanted to broadcast to my YouTube as well as Mia's. So, um, the only way, I'm sure everybody thinks like you would just go live and then like co-host or something and hit a button, but it doesn't work like that. And we both don't have, there's some like streaming softwares that can do it, but we don't have that. So this is the best we can do. And feel free to say in the chat if you like it or if you're like, don't do this again, ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah. We'll get it right.
Yeah. So we had this is so crazy. So I have this, it's like making me go through my regular like Chrome profile. So I have that up. And then I also have to have my business profile up and Zoom.
Oh
Um,
gosh. Yeah. I have a huge delay on my side.
Me too.
So, but you guys are in a storm where you guys are, and probably half of United States.
Yeah.
What's going on? Tell me what's going on live.
So
Okay.
I'm in Ohio, in
Okay.
the Cleveland area, and this storm is kind of moving, I guess, apparently like through the south and then up to the northeast. So it's coming through us, but we don't know yet how severe. And this morning it was like, I don't know, 20 degrees. And
Ooh.
but there's wind here like all the time. So the wind made it feel colder, and most schools called off today, and our school district, my kids are at school, which is crazy because when they get
They
out,
went
it's
to
supposed to,
school.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
When they get out, it's supposed to feel like -4. And kids ride the bus and have to like wait outside. So I
I'm
have
surprised
some,
you didn't keep them home.
well, I thought about it. And then the thing is, last week, my youngest was homesick for the entire
Oh.
week. And then when he was ready to go back to school, well, most of the week, and then he was ready to go back to school on Thursday. And then Thursday they had a snow day, so I had him home. And it was
Oh
just
my
like
God.
he only went to school on Friday. Then he had so much homework, and that's like a lot of work for the parents, all the homework.
Yeah.
He's 7 and he doesn't, it's not like he's going to sit down and just do his homework.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
it's what it is. But today I was like, because the storm is maybe going to last. Hi,
Till
Vienna, you
Monday.
made it. Last through Monday, yeah. So if Monday they yeah. Oh, so I guess we'll both have to just relay to each other comments from each of our sides.
Okay, I got to minimize my Zoom to get to my YouTube side. And
I mean, maybe
okay.
we just shouldn't. I don't know. What's confusing to me is like, so the only way your people can see me is because you're sharing your screen. Is that right?
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if now that I got out of Zoom, they probably don't see you right now. So I gotta go back onto Zoom, which is lost again. See, I don't it's just I got all these tabs, but you're not up, which is really
Yeah, that's
weird.
what's happening to me.
And I'm afraid to click out of those tabs because what if I click out on a view? So I don't want to do that. But I wanted to share. So hopefully you guys can see my screen. I'm not sure what you guys can see, but I believe it's winterstormsurvivalguide.com. I wanted to share that with you guys because it's very scary what you guys are going through. I'm in Hawaii, so I mean everything here is fine. We're regular normal weather in the 70s at the moment, and nothing bad is happening here, but I hear on the news what you guys are going through in the mainland. So I have family in the mainland, so it's tough. And I hear this is one of the bigger storms that hasn't been around, I guess, for a decade or more, right? And it's the ice. I hear that the ice is the one that's really bad.
Yeah, they're saying like a ridiculous amount of thick ice. And
Mm,
it's like a lot of people have been feeling like at some point it's inevitable that the grid goes down, right? Like
yeah.
this could be the beginning of the power grid maybe going down. And did you
Yeah.
hear how like the Simpsons always prophesize?
Yes.
Did you
Yep.
see that? How they said the biggest winter storm in
It's
20.
2026. Oh
Yeah,
no.
and
Why
they
do they
they
know
said
these things?
they said January 19th because there's a time traveler working
No.
on the one of them's a time traveler for sure.
I have not heard that. Well, the January 19th, that didn't happen though, right? Because that was the comment, right? That you were talking about. I forget what you called it. AI 31
Oh yeah, Atlas. Yeah.
Atlas. That
Mhm.
one. So that one
3i.
came.
Yeah.
Yes, that one came supposed to come January, no, was December 19th, right? Not yeah, December 19th, something like that. I don't remember the details. But yeah, my mom was talking about it too. I'm not sure if that's what all that's going around, but yeah, it's really crazy. How does he know? How do they know this stuff that's going on?
Well, here's what's also interesting. I was on TikTok and, my whole TikTok feed, because my algorithm is like filled with this storm. And someone posted pictures of or video of planes that were
Mm,
like different than I've ever seen.
what?
It wasn't your normal chemtrails. It was
Eh?
seriously like crop dusters, like thick, like two of them, and they were being led by helicopters. And we know that they can manipulate weather. That's a proven, like,
Yeah,
they've put out
since
patents
Vietnam.
for. Yeah, like it's
Since Vietnam.
yeah, it's not a conspiracy theory. They're able to
No.
manipulate weather. Um, and so it's so crazy how people though are like, oh yeah, we see like the evidence that they have patents and they have admitted that they've experimented with us, but they're not doing that to us. They're not doing it. But I mean, it's like right in front of you.
Yeah,
You know, it's so ridiculous.
absolutely.
Um, but yeah, so that could be happening. Also, yeah, the time traveler stuff is crazy, which kind of goes into also later. I want to talk a little bit about CERN and the time traveler stuff
Mhm.
kind of fits
Yes,
a bit.
please, because
Yeah,
I've not heard that theory. I have
yeah.
not, so I'm
But
curious to hear
first, did
about
you
that.
want to share the winter storm tips?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys could see that or not. So I don't think so, because it looks like I have it on shared screen, but it only shares, my son told me before, the green lit up area. So that means you will not see. If I minimize this, you are not seeing, or well, maybe you are seeing this because my whole screen is lit up. Okay, so
I can
here's
see
the,
it.
you can. Okay, so I had a guest on, not to sidetrack, but I had a guest on, and his name is Jamie Walden. He's a minister, and I will be putting his video out in probably 2 or 3 weeks from now. This guy's amazing. He was telling me about the weather and the weather around the world that is happening simultaneously, and why is that? And then he was telling me about the storms in Russia that no one's talking about. Um, Let me see. Let me minimize that. Let me see. How do I show this photo large? So this is a massive blanket snow that hit over parts of Russia. Sorry, guys. That's not really what I wanted to show you. But there's drift that was over 40 feet. I don't know if you can see that. I don't, how can I zoom up there? There. Can you see that?
Yes.
Can you see that building there with the, I don't know. I think that's like a 4-story building, and the first 2 levels are it's almost up to the 2 levels right here. Look at this one on this one right here with this drift over the top of these buildings.
Gosh, it looks like Antarctica or something.
I know. I know. There's more photos that I have on my phone. But yeah, this is crazy. So he was talking about that, so I was looking it up. And yes, it's just crazy. But so the survival guide, Winter Storm Survival Guide, it's a free PDF. And they were saying, I was listening to Man in America, and he was talking about this dangerous storm coming, and he wants people to be prepared. So he said to go onto this website. And there's things here that you can do when a storm comes. I did not actually go through all of this, but I think it's important if you guys please, you don't want to get trapped. So I'm hoping I don't know if it's too late already, but is everything closed on your side, like Home Depots and stuff?
No.
Oh, still open. Okay, I'm sure all the generators are gone though. I'm sure all of those stuff. So I'm hoping that you guys are prepared. But this is what to do if you don't have things prepared. Um, yeah.
Backwards.
Can you see these? I'm not sure. So it's just, I think it's kind of obvious. Block all the air gaps around your home, your windows, your doors with towels to keep the heat in. Hang blankets over windows and doorways. And this is in case all your electricity goes out, and you don't have heat anymore to do this. You can pitch a camping tent if you have one in your living room and put all your blankets inside.
Right, and I don't know if you
Did
read
you?
that, but he was like,
Oh,
"If we lose power," and
yep,
I was like, "Where would be the warmest place in our house?" And he said, "Well, we could put a tent in the living
yep,
room and just all sleep together."
yep. Yep, because of your body heats. Yeah. Yep, your body heats gets trapped in that small space. Even if it's a cheap tent, you guys can probably make a tent. If you don't have one, you can probably make one, a makeshift tent, to keep warm. Because they're predicting that this storm may be what you said, at least 3 or 4 days. But if the power goes out, they're talking about power going out for weeks at a time, right? Days, if not weeks. So this is why this is important. So hopefully you guys are prepared and you have food, you have water. If not, do it now. Get a bunch of water. That's important. You need water, if anything. Um, what else is it saying here? Place 3 to 4 uh, lit candles on a metal tray.
Oh,
Put upside down candles. What was that?
I heard someone talk about that, like tea light candles and
Yeah.
yeah.
Putting it on a tray and making, I don't know what it means, with bricks on either side. Put the terracotta upside down over the candles, resting on the bricks, and the pot absorbs and radiates heat slowly. Oh, so it's not a room heater, but it will keep you warm nearby. Oh, I get it. So if you have no other choice, if you put those small little candles and you put like a terracotta brick, any kind of brick over it,
Mhm.
and I guess it kinda heats it up, and it keeps the room warm, which is smart, I never thought of that.
That's very cool.
Huddle together, fill water bottles with hot water. How are you gonna get hot water if you don't have electricity?
Yeah.
And that didn't
Yeah,
make
but
sense.
before that,
Yeah, but the hot water doesn't stay
like, in
hot long.
preparation? Well, yeah.
No, this is if everything goes out, this is to stay warm.
Oh, well, if
Yes.
you have a gas, stove, right?
Don't well, yeah, that's true. If you have a gas stove, you guys are good. At least you have hot water. Yep, you can cook. That's true. We don't really have
It's right backward.
dress in layers. Oh yeah, take care of your pets. Don't leave your pets outside. Those dogs, cats, rabbits, birds, anything that can come in, bring them in. Keep them away from the drifts. Yeah. Livestock, you gotta, I guess, move them inside garages or sheds or in the barn, any structure to keep them out of that cold. Store at least 1 gallon of water per person per day.
I've heard
That's
that.
important. Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes. That's a lot, but you have to. If the pipe freezes, keep faucets slightly open. Gently apply heat your hair dryer. How you gonna have hair dryer if you don't have electric though? Never use an open flame or torch. Yeah, but I mean, how many people actually buys it? And I don't know.
We have a
I don't
generator.
know. Do you? Well, you
Although I
said
shouldn't
yeah.
say that because I don't want people to,
Too late.
come
Yeah, exactly.
rob us.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are just some of these tips. So please, guys, go look at this winterstormsurvivalguide.com. I think that's important. I don't want to go through all of this, but I think some of it is pretty obvious. But you guys have to prepare now before it's too late because there's still time. There's still
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Especially, like, those southern states because they're not used to
Oh, yeah.
this. I mean, Ohio,
No.
we're, semi used to this.
Yeah. Right? Now, if that have ever happened to Hawaii, if in Hawaii we get in the 60s, it's freezing cold for us. You'll see us here with winter like puffer jackets. It's so cold for us. We're just not used to it.
Yeah. I wanna come visit you.
Yes, you're
I've never
you're
been
invited.
never been to Hawaii, even though I'm from
Yes.
Alaska. But
Are you from Alaska? I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. That's
So,
cool.
yeah, we have had storms like Russia,
Okay.
because we're close.
So so you're used to this.
Well, yeah, but I don't know, that was, like, so long ago.
But you're prepared.
Yeah, yeah, I do know
Mhm.
what to do, and I'm also very good at driving in the snow.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm from Hawaii. I don't think I would trust me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that those are good things for people to keep in mind. Um, but yeah, so along the lines of, Simpsons predicting that there was going to be this big, storm, I think they said January 19th through January 25th. Um, and anybody who doesn't know, Simpsons, it's like a thing where they've predicted a lot of different events, and it's speculated that someone has to be a time traveler. So, and I think there are time travelers among us. One of the rabbit holes I've been down right now, anyways, is all of this stuff with Charlie Kirk, and I follow like Candace Owens, following it really closely, trying to get to the bottom of his assassination. And she said the other day on one of her lives that Charlie always maintained that he was a time traveler.
What? I never knew that.
Yeah, so she said that. Um,
What?
and she said, like, when they met, that he said, I knew I had to come find you because we were supposed to meet. And then he said, he always said he was going to die young. And it makes you wonder if the reason he had to find her was because she's pursuing this cover up. so intensely. Um, it's very interesting. She's uncovering a lot of things. But
Mm,
yeah,
can you go
so
more detail? What else is she uncovering?
oh my goodness. So she had a meeting with Erica Kirk 2 weeks ago. Um, so Erica Kirk is Charlie Kirk's wife. And she, if anybody has seen, like, she's kind of all over the news, well, like social media, because people are very put off by how she's acting, because she's acting very not like a grieving widow. And while people do grieve differently, her grief is like, I don't know how anybody could say it's normal. Um, she seems legit like happy and is, now she's CEO of Turning Point USA, which Charlie founded. And she like stepped into that role right away and began like touring and everything. And then there's just a lot more things with that with her. But Candace hasn't confirmed those things. But anyway, so she met with her and like to give her a chance to kind of like explain all of these inconsistencies with Turning Point. And she like didn't she wasn't able to say that any of them were not correct. So um when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he was speaking at a school, and there's just so many weird things. Like, um, a lot of the students were not there. The tour or his speaking engagement was announced like super late. People said that there was a ton of people there who were not students. They said, also, like, he had his own private security. The private security, for whatever reason, said that they weren't allowed to like fly drones for security purposes, yet that local police department said that wasn't true. They weren't even asked. And so when he's speaking and this like shot happened, um right afterwards too, like some of the Turning Point people like rushed the stage and immediately took down the cameras. There was cameras like behind Charlie. So they took the footage, they rushed him out of there to go to the hospital. Weird stuff happened at the hospital. There were like armed military people at the hospital, and it was like cleared out. It just, everything was so covered up. And the kid that they tried to pin this whole thing on, um they're like they provided some security cam footage of him, and he's wearing something different. His parents have basically came out and said they know that he didn't do this. um
I thought
but
the father said he did, and the
he
father
did
turned him in.
he did that's but so that was the story that we were
Mhm,
told, which
mhm.
is why Candace was like, now the parents are coming forward saying that he didn't do it. And she said it's very different from the story we were told, that he turned him in.
Yep.
So nothing adds up. And I think that because I didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was before he was
Me
assassinated.
neither.
I mean, I'm aware he was like, I guess, influential to a lot of younger people and had all these speaking engagements, but I didn't know who he was. And I think a lot of people didn't know. But
Yep.
so it wasn't necessarily like we were all like, oh no, Charlie Kirk, we're all going to rise up. It was more like something feels not right about this. Something feels off and icky. When we get, like, I always use the word icky because, like, I feel like that's a good sense that we get as spiritual beings when something just like a person can feel icky. The second you look at them, it just like doesn't sit right. So I think a lot of people felt that way. And the fact that a public figure like Candace Owens is going at this so hard is unusual. It's new because there's been so many times in the past where things have been obviously cover-ups or whatnot, or that our government was involved with. And it's just like a bunch of conspiracy people that are trying to say, oh, something's weird happening here. But people dismiss you that you're just a crazy crackpot. But she, had this huge platform. And sure enough, like she goes live I think Monday through Thursday on YouTube. Uh, it varies, like sometimes 5:15, sometimes 5:30. And she has been just like not afraid to completely go balls to the wall, or all of us Candace fans say, go Max. So she, I don't know, is hope, I think, for a lot of us and it's not so much that we're demanding justice for Charlie. I mean, yes, but I think it's about beginning to pull the thread at all of this stuff that our government has covered up, and that we think, like, if we can start to show how corrupt they are, maybe the people who still have their heads buried in the sand will wake up, and people will want to unravel more things, and I do think we can feel that as a collective, as a spiritual community. We can kind of feel something's coming. We've been feeling it. And I also think that's why um, the elite uh, lizard people are like stepping up.
Mm.
They're evil because they're grasping at straws. They are kind of desperate right now.
You would think, though, if Charlie was a time traveler like he claimed to be, that he would prevent this. Like he wouldn't want to die. Like he would, s- I don't know, stop that. But wait, that's confusing. If he's a time traveler and he died, did he travel before he died to somewhere else and came back? That's so confusing.
I know. So I think it's confusing even to the people who know it. I think on some level
Mm.
he knew something was unique about him.
Mm.
Apparently, like when he was a kid, um, he had security assigned to him, something with his father or something. But he's had like security his whole life. It's almost like he was like the chosen one or something for these people that almost like groomed him to be this like sacrificial lamb or something. It's very strange. But and he like knew it. He knew something was off. And so I think that maybe when he said time traveler, he had like a lot of really crazy intuitive knowings, and maybe thought that he forgot, like, because I don't think it's as simple as like he's like, hey, I'm from 1835 and I time traveled here. Like, I don't think it's that simple. Nor is it with the Simpsons writer. I don't know if they remember, but I think it's by time traveler, perhaps people who have just lived multiple lives and dimensions and popped over to this one. It is a little different than like reincarnation, but I don't know. Um, but it's weird. And
It is weird.
I think that's how they stop, like whatever's meant to happen in this timeline happens. And I think there's only so much you can prevent. Like,
Mm.
if you're meant to have a certain impact, like let's just say his whole purpose was to start this uprising, questioning the government. I'm sure there's hundreds of ways if you wanted to make that happen, right? So like even if he had time traveled and a part of him knew he was going to die, they could have this timeline could shift how that happens. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Like, they say like Donald Trump is a time traveler too,
I
because
heard his son.
yes, yeah, Barron. There's a whole book about it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, but because Donald Trump's uncle was one of the police that when Nikola Tesla um, was alive, and then the government raided his place because he was getting like I think he discovered he discovered time travel. That's what I think. So the government went in to basically like take his time traveling machine and all of his documentation. And Donald Trump's uncle was one of these that led this this raid. And people think that he stole the technology and that it's like passed down through the Trump family.
Interesting.
Hmm.
That's interesting. And he was pretty good
That's
friends with Charlie Kirk.
yeah,
So who knows?
yeah, and Erica because he
Yeah.
used to judge beauty pageants and she was in the beauty pageants.
Oh,
I
really?
I mean, yeah,
Oh.
she's evil AF. Like you can just tell she has lizard eyes. There's something going on there.
But you would think that Charlie Kirk would know this. Like, how did he miss it? How did he miss that?
Well, everything goes back to the government. It's all
Mm.
everything around us. It's all government psyops, all of it.
Mhm.
And she was a she what do they call them? Like Marilyn Monroe and I want to say like Jezebel or something. But the government grooms these young women to
Yeah.
infiltrate these places, yeah, and control them.
Mm, mm, mm,
So I don't think she necessarily showed her true colors, but
mm.
I also do think that he started kind of seeing her and seeing what was happening towards the end, and that's probably why they had to, you know, end him and his influence and take over. But yeah, it all comes down to like, well, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Um,
On the paid side, you can, so we don't
yeah,
get canceled.
yeah, yeah, because this is against a group of people and everyone freaks.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No.
So it all comes back to them and the government. And I used to always think like everything was run by the elite, but I think the elite is the government. Like the government has infiltrated everywhere. The high ups are the elite, and it makes everything make sense because it's clear something happens in Hollywood. Like why do these celebrities like randomly get offed? Why do these celebrities sometimes come and they look like super different? And I do think, well, we know the CIA has technology with like suits, skin basically that you can put on that looks totally normal. So
Wow,
I think
I
it
didn't know
does make
that.
sense. Yeah. So, and even there's a lot of clips, like you could, if you look those up, a lot of famous people who they'll be giving an interview and they'll say, oh, and I can't think of the exact person right now, but let's say, I'm famous and I'm like, yeah, I've been playing the role of Jim Carrey, I think did. I've been playing the role of Jim Carrey for a while, he said. And a lot of people like think they'll switch, like they'll be each other. Um it's an interesting one to go down. Um
And you
I'd
don't think
say
that that could be anything, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
do you think that that could be something more like a double personality or, like a mental disorder, or maybe they have, what do you call it, when they're possessed with something or someone else? Could that be that
um
too?
so yes, I do think both things are happening. I think there are CIA undercover operatives in music, in um, Hollywood, blah blah. But I also think that the government worships Satan. So
Oh, yeah,
yeah, and
absolutely.
that's what all of this is about. And that's why Hollywood worships Satan. And that's why,
Mm.
music is all filled with satanic stuff. So there's like a combo of evil and possession and undercover. It's like, it's all. there, which is why I think that that makes total sense to me that this all comes back to the government because it really does tie everything together. Like even stuff about the future and Nikola Tesla, like we can look at Project Looking Glass. So Project Looking Glass, like have put out the documents on that, and it doesn't explicitly say that it was technology to be able to see into the future, but people have kind of deduced that, and then also by people who have like whistleblowers who have came out off and on, but that they had this technology, which likely was stolen from fallen angels or aliens,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, they stole this technology. That it was able to see into the future. Um, Rumor has it that they could only see into 2012, and at 2012, all of the timelines started merging, and nothing was set in stone. Interestingly enough, CERN, see, it's all connected. CERN has their LHC, their large Hadron Collider, that
Hmm.
is like 17 feet ring underground, and
Crazy.
yeah, in Switzerland.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of evil stuff in Switzerland, and they they turned this thing on in 2012. In 2012 is also when that woman coined the term Mandela effect.
What
So
woman?
the woman, like, so that was a book that was written. Like this woman,
Oh,
she noticed that a bunch of people kept saying like Mandela, that that he died in prison.
yes.
That's the whole.
Yes. That's
And
the
that
story I know.
Well, this woman wrote a book, so she coined it the Mandela effect, and she wrote a book about how collectively we have these memories
Mhm.
real,
Yeah.
um, and that's how the Mandela effect got public, was because this woman coins that, which she did in 2012. Like, and if you go kind of back in your life and think about like 2012, um, a lot of people do feel like a lot has changed since then in terms of
Mm.
time manipulation. Um, Even just like my memories from being a kid are like a different color. Like everything was very
Mm.
colorful. Like I feel like,
Yeah. 80s was very colorful for me. So,
yeah, but everything was. I saw this other video on this too, that like why back in like the 80s and 90s were like cars colorful, clothing styles
mhm.
were
Yep.
were colorful. And now like the trend in your home is like all white and gray, and everyone's cars are black and white. Like hardly anybody,
I
you
have a
don't
white
like,
car.
yeah. Well, I yeah, mine's like a kind of a bluish, but like a gray blue. But like you still see sometimes like a red car or a yellow car. They
Yeah.
barely even make them anymore because,
Yeah.
and it kind of makes you think it's kind of the same thing as when we talk about like ancient civilizations and how beautiful their buildings were
So,
and things,
mhm.
and now our buildings are just like meh and not much to look at. And that's why like people like to go look at architecture because it makes you feel
Mm.
something. Like you can
Yeah.
feel something by those
Absolutely.
buildings. Yeah.
Hmm.
And everything now is like, you know, boring.
Yeah. It's funny though. You said the 2012 and they couldn't
Mhm.
see past that, right?
Yeah.
And that's when everything they were talking about was going to end. The world was going to end. Remember? 2012.
Mandela.
That's when yes. Yes.
Yep. So a lot of people think, and so I just put out a video actually on if like the theories about what Earth is. Like if it's simulation, if Earth is like a school, and or if Earth is a prison planet. Um and there's prison planet theory. I think they're all true. So I think that as spiritual beings, we are here. It's like a school, everything's a lesson. I still feel all of that. I also think that we are, since 2012, in some sort of simulation. I think that the world ended in 2012, and a lot of people think that. And now and I don't know, like, the simulation thing is hard because I don't know if, like, right now you and I are in pods and we're hooked up and this is our avatar. I don't know if it's that simple, but
Mhm.
almost like science was able to make some sort of mirror of our reality. And that's why so many things feel um like repeating. Like so many things, and why you'll have deja vu, and why
Mhm.
all the Mandela effects. And maybe there weren't even all these timelines when we were kids. Um Maybe by them doing these experiments like CERN, they opened up all these dimensions, and we're living in one of them, and it's not even real, but it is real. You know, I I think that's true. And then on top of that, I do think that it's sort of an abomination. Like I think God created us, we destroyed the planet, but instead of like dying and going to heaven, they like almost cloned our souls or something and popped us over to the simulation. And within the simulation, this is the realm that is controlled by evil, and that all of these fallen angels and things, and they are controlling us, and they are um, like surviving off of like our energy, like eating our energy. Like, have you heard of the
Mhm.
loosh? So loosh is like
No.
in the prison planet theory, LOOSH. It's like all negative energy. So like anytime you're mad or anxiety or whatever, those emotions feel heavy. Like there's a reason they feel heavy. It's a dense emotion. So they say that maybe these within this prison planet, these evil entities that are running everything, that they are basically surviving off of consuming our vibrations and our negatives. So that's why they want to keep us always in this state of fear, keep us in these lower vibrations, lower, denser vibrations, and that's what they feed off of. So yeah, it's like freaking all connected.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is deja vu for me with you. Just saying.
Really?
Yes,
Mm,
that's
interesting.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is a little freaky when you go down that to look into prison theory, because it feels in a sense like you're trapped. And then I don't know. And then a lot of people who have like ayahuasca experiences and things like that will say that on bad trips that like they've seen the world fall away, and basically
Oh.
like it's like pixelates, and it's a common thing that people have said.
Mm-mm-mm.
And that they feel like this reality is like going away, and that they're never ever going to be able to get it back. And it's very scary. Um, and within that, a lot of those people, when they have that experience, speak speak of like demons and hell,
Yes.
and that
Yep.
this is hell. This is
Oh,
that we're
this is
surrounded by.
hell. Oh.
Yes, yes, that we are in hell, or that the only thing outside of this is hell. Both things have been experienced, kind of. Um, but in all of these, I've noticed like the similarity that they seem to, hmm, like when they feel like everything's like falling apart, and they kind of come back and piece together reality, that they all feel like this isn't real. Like that's like a common thing, like that it's not real here. And that the only way to escape here is like death, which is very dark.
That's
Um,
dark.
yeah, yeah. But I've heard, I have gone down that because I had a friend of mine who had a really bad experience, and um like really in that moment thought the only way out was self-harm out of this, like, that's how you would jump out. And, I had talked to her a lot after that about just bringing spirituality back into it, because I get it, like, she felt sort of like she looked at the devil in the face, and it was very scary, and I was one of the few people who, like, believed her that this happened, because I've heard other people say the exact same experience, and, she still, like, months later says, "This is a simulation, none of this is real," and that it's sort of like like a hazy dream, like, it was very vivid right away, so it can't make sense of, like, all of it, but knows that there's something like that here, but I was like, I think even if it is a simulation, we're supposed to stick it out, like, we're supposed to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Our body is not is our body is for Christ. It's not supposed to be we're not supposed to do what we want, I think, to our bodies, like commit suicide or kill ourselves. That's not a good thing in the Bible or Jehovah's eyes or Jesus's eyes or whatever you want to say or call it, but it's not a good thing. And I heard many times that when you do those things, that you get tormented for the rest of your spiritual or your soul, your internal life forever now, because that's
Hope that's
not I hope that's not true either. But, you know, please, anyone thinking that, don't commit suicide.
never the answer.
Yes, never the right answer. Never. I've had a few people in my family that did that, and yeah, and for the family, it's so hard after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard. So, I mean, yeah, it's never a good thing. But Elon Musk, he believes in the simulation.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the people who kind of like, are sciencey mathematician type people will say that just statistically speaking alone, if we look at how far we've come technology wise, that statistically we are most likely in a simulation. Um,
Weird.
yeah. So, and it's all freaky, we don't want to think
Hmm.
about that because I don't want to think like, I think the scariest thing is to think that maybe after this, none of it mattered. That's scary, like, because I don't feel that way. I feel like there's a higher power. I feel when I connect into it, and there's no way in those moments I could feel otherwise. But then, like anything else, you can start going down rabbit holes and thinking about things. And we really don't know for sure, what's after this.
Yeah,
And um,
exactly.
yeah, and that's scary, but I think that that's why you have to believe in a higher power, you have to have faith, because otherwise, it's very easy to get lost in this cloud of despair, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. um, I forget what else we were. I wanted to talk about some of the things about Trump and the symbols and stuff like that. Maybe we can do that on the plus side. We can cut this soon. Um, but yes. What else did you wanted to speak about? I'm so sorry. I don't have the notes in front of me.
No, I don't, I mean, I just thought we could just let it flow, but also,
Yes.
did you look into the Ohio thing? Can you tell me?
Yes. That's so creepy and weird. I don't have the photos. I wanted to bring the photos and I don't have the photos, which kind of makes it hard to do. Let me see if I can bring it up on my phone, if anything. Oh, you live near the Ohio Mounds?
I don't
You're
know.
close to, really? Well, you're closer to that than I am.
Well, yeah. Well, let me see.
So the Ohio Mounds, yes. So I'm trying to get pictures my husband sent me. It's on the phone. So the Ohio Mound looks like this. Sorry. I don't know if
Central
you can.
part of the state. Yeah, I don't
Have you heard of this?
know.
Really? So they just discovered this probably, I want to say 7 or so years, maybe 2012. It's been very recent.
Oh my
And
gosh, it looks like
yes,
what? I didn't hear about this at all.
really? So I believe people were thinking that this was just a mound. Just a mound. Because on the ground you don't see anything until you go aerial, right? And recently we just got the drones. So that's how they figured this out. They went aerial and they noticed, oh my God, it looks like a snake,
Mhm.
right? And they say a snake swallowing an egg. And then this back over here is supposed to be, I don't know, like the tail. But my husband, so we love watching all these history stuff.
Mm.
And my husband was watching to prepare me for this. We were looking at Chaco Canyon, which is in New Mexico. Have you heard of Chaco Canyon?
Oh.
It's really, oh, I don't, and see, I don't have the photo of Chaco Canyon up. It is a beautiful place in New Mexico that has been, um, well, they thought there was no, everyone thought that Christopher Columbus, well, I think they don't think anymore, that he discovered America. But in reality, back in, I think it was 1100 AD, this area in New Mexico was already thriving with, with people. And they would come all the way from the Yucatan area, which is very far. The Yucatan is on the Florida coast of Mexico. So there were people walking from the Yucatan area all the way to New Mexico to be at this Chaco Canyon because it was such a beautiful spiritual place to be. It was a town where they traded and they lived. There was over, I think, 3,000 people that lived there. So it was a very popular place. And the reason why they knew that people came from the Yucatan was, I think it was some kind of bird, their feather that they found there. So they would traveled with it. And what they would do, I think, don't quote me on this, they would bring their clays and in the clays they would have their dreams, almost like a dream catcher. And they would go to a certain area and throw these pottery and break it to pieces for their dreams or wishes or whatever you want to call it to come true. Um, but so my husband, when we're looking at Chaco Canyon, there were some drawings. Can you see this drawing? And he was like, look at the drawing in this. It's very similar to the other drawing. You can see where the snake head is right over here on this side. Where's my finger? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
On this side is the snake head, and the tail ends on the other side.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, well, maybe because this place just kind of died. All the people just stopped coming. They literally just died. They they don't know where all the people went. And but he was saying, well, maybe because they were thinking this swirly, this swirly at the end. Now in Native American, they think that's like a vortex, right?
Mhm.
And so there's a lot of places like this in Japan. You can't see it. It is, oh, it's like nothing but a blur on there. Sorry. Can you see this one? Can't even see that one. Why is it? It's just a blur. It's a swirl.
Okay.
The Native
Oh,
Amer
I
there it
see
is.
that.
Yes, so it's a swirl that they have all over the walls. Well, he was like, well, what if these guys maybe this is a path? Like that's really not a snake, but that's a path. And that's a vortex at the very end. And I don't know. And that's really a path. It's really interesting. Of course,
So
nobody
it's
really
sort of
knows.
like a life path, like to enlightenment, like
Yes.
that yeah.
Possibly, it's a possibility, or to actually literally go somewheres. We see this in UK. That's the famous, I forget what you call them, that wall over there, the Stonehenge. So, but he says that looks more like the vortex here because it's a swirl and it's not this. Oh, you can't see that. It's not really the hole there. You see that? That's just the circle, 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 which that I think is supposed to be a vortex in Native American, that one. But really, this is not that. This is a swirl. It's different. See, I zoomed up. And he said that really looks more like that, the Stonehenge.
Mm.
It's really cool though. But this is a recent discovery in where you are. And like that's again, that again is the photo. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
We love this stuff.
Yeah.
That's on my bucket list to go to Chaco Canyon. And you know it's a UNESCO site, which means it is supported, I think, by the government. It's a UNESCO site. It has a lot of importance. S- But they don't keep up with
That
it.
would
It's
also make sense that like the government would want to step in and take, you know, spiritual land.
exactly always.
And with the vortex
Mm.
stuff, that makes me just think that that's what they're hiding in Antarctica.
Always,
Hmm.
always, always. It's like, what is this swirly thing? Like I don't know. They knew stuff, the Native Americans that we don't know. We lost all that technology. We lost all that information. Um, so we're just kind of starting over, going blind again. It's like another reset,
Hmm.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an exciting time to be alive.
It is absolutely, absolutely. Um, should we
Well, I'm
close
gonna
this
look
side
more
up?
into that for sure.
Yes,
Yeah, no,
please.
close up.
Mm.
But we have to talk more about that. I want to look into it and see exactly how
Yes,
far it is from me too.
I know.
I'll go live on the site.
Yes, you have to, and we'll do it live right here on YouTube.
Yeah.
And because when you're there, apparently it just looks like a lump, a mound. It doesn't look like anything. But yet it's been kept and mowed, and the grass is clean, and all this. It's kept that way for this whole time. Why? Why if it's nothing? It's something. It's something because somebody is tending to it. It doesn't look like that on its own. There's no grass overgrown. So, yes, go check it out. Get more details about it. I know I've watched a show with Graham Hancock, and he's not allowed to go onto the site because he gives a lot of his own opinions about it, which is different from what the mainstream media is saying. And so he's not allowed to film there. He's not allowed to do anything. So, yeah, it is interesting. So when you go there, I guess you have to be careful what you say and ask maybe those people. But yes, please go and dig around for me. You'll have to be my eyes. I'm curious to know how far that is from you. I
Too.
know Ohio's a big state, but
Yeah.
that would be.
I googled it real quick, but I don't. It's not showing me like an exact. So I'll have to look
Mm.
into it.
It's the mounds. I forget what the name of it exactly is. It's the burial mounds, the snake
The
burial mounds. Serpent mounds, that's it.
mound of
Yep.
the Ohio Valley.
Yep. Yep. I forget what Native American people were there. And I think the show even said that the Native Americans said it was already there. They'd never claim anything that's not theirs. They're very
Yeah.
honest. They'll say, no, this was already here. So if that was already there, who did it?
Oh, so it does have a historical marker by the Ohio Historical Society in 2003. Huh. Okay.
Is it far from you? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I was reading about this. It's so interesting.
Right?
Peebles, Ohio. Oh, I don't know what that is. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I thought so. I think it's like more south. Because I
That
thought
far from you?
I mean, like, I can it would probably
Is
take
it an hour?
like
2
probably
hours?
3-hour drive, 2-hour drive.
Oh, oh, wow. That's yeah.
It's
Okay.
not bad.
Y No, I mean, it would have to be a planned day trip for you guys, for your family to go down there.
Mhm.
Okay. That would be a nice thing to do. Let's maybe the next show we can go a little bit deeper about that because not only did I see that there was this stuff, but you guys also have a lot of folklores in Ohio, like the melon head people or kids or something. You heard about that?
No. But I'm not
No?
from Ohio, so
Oh, that's true. That's true. But you still live there.
yeah,
How long you've lived there now?
like 6 years?
Oh, and before that you were in Alaska.
No, I lived in
Oh,
Alaska, then California. Uh,
oh,
I've lived a lot of places.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, but there is a lot of interesting things going on in the state that you live in. How's that?
Well, I do think there's something weird with Ohio because my husband and I always
Yes.
joke that
Really?
we always joke that anytime you watch like a movie or a TV show, people are always, in the script, they're like, "Oh, I grew up in Ohio. Oh, that was from like Ohio is mentioned all the time." And sorry to Ohio, but like it's not
Yeah.
super cool here, like it's just like freaking Ohio. Um, so it's like just odd why it's mentioned so much. So we both like, and a lot of like people who come from Ohio, like famous different people. I don't know. There's something to Ohio. And maybe that's
Awesome.
why I'm here when I'm here. I don't know.
Yes. Let's do something about that the next time because I've looked into some cryptid things that are really crazy and weird where you're living at right now. So I'd love to, yeah, so I would love to dig into that. And then maybe we can also dig into what the Hawaii legend and lores are as well. Maybe we can talk about that, talk about where you are and talk about where I am and the lures. Yes. And I would love to go live and show you guys the beautiful state that I'm in. I would love to show you guys the ocean and we also have the mountains here. The Pali is beautiful. And there is a lot of spiritual connection to the Pali, and I would love to share it with everyone. It's amazing. What I recently discovered with the Pali is that there was women warriors that fought in the war with Kamehameha, which I did not know that. There was women warrior fighting alongside with King Kamehameha,
Right.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I don't know
Women.
what warriors we are though. Like,
Yeah, that's
and I,
true.
I, I
That's
bet
true. But
like all the stuff that's been covered up, probably so many things were not like everything was just painted to be men for everything, but
yeah,
um, there's no
but
way.
these women just followed him because he was so powerful. So I would love to talk about that. The mana, which is the spirit of Hawaii, is the mana, the spirit. So I would love to somehow, I don't know if we would get footage, but I'd love to show you guys that live. It's just so beautiful. And then the blowhole. There's so many places on Hawaii that is sacred. I would love to share that. I think it's important. People need to know that. And I started and I never finished, but I started, I wanted to do this. It's called Holo Holo with Mia. It's a video, a YouTube side that I wanted to share places in Hawaii and places that I go and visit. I wanted to share the Holo Holo in Hawaii means come with me, follow me, let's go. So Holo Holo with Mia. I wanted to show that it's Hawaii is so beautiful and so sacred. And I'm sure Ohio has a lot of sacred places as well, like that burial ground of the snake. I think that is really beautiful. But maybe we can discover that together and share it.
Yeah, excited.
Yay. Okay. But guys, we're going to turn this off for now, but maybe if we have a little bit of time, we're just going to go on the plus side. So we're going to stop this live and then maybe on the plus, I don't know if we can do that live, but we can continue that for later and we can post that up and I'll give you the link as well. But we wanted to talk about Trump and his little tweet that he did and kind of break that down just a little bit, which I found a little bit interesting digging through that.
Go into the taboo things that we're not allowed to touch on.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't talk about that stuff here. We'll get shut down. So we don't want to do that. So, okay, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the plus side.
Yes, thank you so much.
Bye. Stop the share. Let me stop on YouTube. Oh, wait. Before, oh, there's a couple of people that